Aloha, everybody. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We're gonna continue the trial some more, because I have nothing else I want to do tonight. Well, besides Panel the Pawn, which I did practice. Slowly, Panel the Pawn is kind of leaving my mind, so I can sort of be at ease a little bit more. So, I have some things that I can probably talk about. I don't know when I'm gonna fit this in, so maybe I'll just say it now, but, Zach is kind of catching up on Paper Mario Darkstar, because, I had the great idea of deciding to play for him, and I played Darkstar for, must have been, 3 or 4 hours, and all it was making him caught up back to me, where we're gonna do the pit of 100 trials. So, honestly, I should have thought about doing that, 3 weeks ago, but hey, now you know. So, we kind of left off in a weird spot. Yeah, I'm doing more Ace Attorney, cause, yeah.
Now, the summation examination. It appears the defense is somewhat struggling to alter opinion,
Please, my lord, a little more time. After all, that's a new piece of evidence. It could be a valuable clue, and you can't afford to overlook anything here, Ryunosuke. There's still a way to turn this around somehow, I'm sure of it. Even though we won't be doing Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake for a while, because I don't have microphone. I mean, you have your phone, don't you? I mean, that's a good enough microphone for me, but I guess you want a more high-quality one. Oh yeah, another thing is, Coffee messaged me, just as I was about to, play this, so, I'm gonna kindly not respond to her, because I don't feel like talking to her right now. I just want to play some Ace Attorney. It's like, don't message now, I want to play some Ace Attorney. Then I'll talk to you once I'm done playing Ace Attorney. I know I just did this morning, but I already don't really remember. I probably should not have left off here.
Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say. Different breeds was law-abiding citizens.
I think we've read these already. Don't we have, wasn't this guy white? No, they're all black still.
Hold it!
We pressed these already, right? Yeah, okay. So we pressed all of them already. So I've pressed all of them, huh? Coming back, this is not a good time to come back to this game when I'm in the middle of a fucking presentation. I also want speakers mostly because of, volume. I gotcha. Well, if you have the money, try to get that HyperX microphone that I recommend to you, because this is what you're listening to right now. It's got pretty good quality. Maybe we'll finally get some high-quality Jose for once. Alright, let's see, what can we do? Now the mystery of where the bullet ended up saw the field much better. Did I already press this guy?
Hold it!
Then I ask you to reconsider your leaning, sir. Oh no, that's not another matter entirely. Sorry? All I can think about for the moment is this wonderful sense of relief I have that the mystery is solved. I need some time to let that sink in before I could possibly consider anything else. Alright, I thought surgeons would be able to think quickly.
Perhaps we should leave him alone for now while he savors inner peace. And focus on some of the other jurors?
suppose we'll have to. I wish I had the chance to experience inner peace sometimes. The accused attempted a theft on the previous day. Either which way you look at it, it was that pickpocket. I'm not too sure. Maybe I should press all of them again, huh?
Hold it!
What's the number of bullets that has you convinced? Yeah, 2 bullets. Oh yeah, didn't we have to present... We had to present on one of these, right? There's another bullet somewhere. Third bullet. Oh yeah, this. We never did find that third bullet, did we? The pouch Mr. Sholmes wearing, one of the glass files. Oh yeah, we should probably examine this. Like, jeez, what am I doing? Yeah, HyperX microphone, it's good. I'm using it right now, and I'm really not regretting my decision. It's a great microphone, holy shit.
These glass vials are full of Hurley's homemade potions.
Homemade?
Yep, like fingerprint powder to show up where people touch things, and scent amplifying solution to intensify smell and lingering object.
That's amazing.
They're all very easy to use. There's just one thing you have to be very careful of. They're all very flammable.
Mr. Sholmes is a walking bomb. Either he's passionate about finding out the truth or just oblivious to the dangers. Is the burn mark gonna be its own thing, or what? It's really scorched badly here.
Oh, the strap's broken, look!
This must be where the bullet hit, then.
Let me see.
Wait, is that the bullet right there? Holy shit! What the? Iris, look! Behind where the broken file was, do you see it?
Ah, that's the Skulkin Brothers bullet.
What a stroke of luck that it hits its pouch. This is an amazing discovery. What this means is, there were 3 bullets fired at Windybanks that night. Holy shit! 3 bullets?
They found exactly what that juror was talking about. The third bullet.
It's time to press that juror again, I think. Okay, now we have the third bullet. It's even called the third bullet. Okay. Great, then. Wait, I should probably just do this.
Take that!
Maybe I should examine the bullet itself. Here it is. We discovered it just now. Like, just now. Anything to say about the bullet? This is the bullet that was fired from the Skulkin Brothers' gun on the night of the incident. And we know that because they were the ones that injured Sholmes, right?
Yes. So it turns out I never actually entered Hurley's body at all.
Thanks to the thick leather of the pouch he was wearing, it saved him.
Heh, Hurley's always lucky like that.
Well, considering what he had to go through in the hospital, I wonder how lucky he really was.
Oh dear, poor Hurley.
Is there anything else about the bullet that I can observe? I think it's the same. It only has one. There's only one thing to say about the bullet. I love that you can examine just about anything on this game, though. I can't imagine there's anything else. Oh, look, there's a hole here at the back. Doesn't look like much of a bullet hole, but clearly something's ripped through the leather with great force.
Something must have pierced it somehow to left this hole behind.
Yes, it looks that way. Mr. Sholmes and his pouch both took a beating, didn't they? Okay. We know about his potions. So I think that's all that we can examine. And we examined the disc, right? We did do that. Yeah, we examined the disc. Okay. Yes, on the night in question in Windy Bank's pawnbrokery, another bullet was fired.
Hold it!
Wait, he can hold it now?
What is this new trickery, you Nipponese conjurer? Where did you find that bullet?
It was lodged inside Mr. Sholm's pouch.
What?
This pouch was removed from around Mr. Sholm's waist before he was taken to hospital. And since then, it has been touched by no one.
Do you mean to say the shot fired by the Skulkin brothers that night?
Yes, as your lordship has surmised, it hit this pouch.
Well, that makes no sense whatsoever. We already know the whereabouts of the bullet fired at Mr. Sholmes. It's clearly visible in this photographic print. Ah,
2 guns from the scene have already been submitted into the court as evidence.
yes, that of Mr. Windybank and that belonged to the Skulkin brothers.
An examination of both guns revealed that only a single bullet had been fired from each. Ah. But that must mean... That's right. We know now that on the night in question, 3 bullets were fired. However, only 2 bullets were fired from the guns recovered from the crime scene. And until that incontrovertible inconsistency is somehow explained, we cannot and must not pass judgment.
Ah. Ah.
Actually, I should play that sound of, like, Dracula screaming. Damn it, I wish I had that on hand. Wait. Maybe I can find it. Hang on, can I, like, do something really quick? I have a great idea. I have to fucking find it first. I know this is a waste of time, but I really want to do this. Because I can't just not play Dracula's Scream. Symphony of the Night, opening boss? First boss, maybe? Yeah. No, not the Dracula boss, yeah. Okay. Is it in English though? Let me see if it's in English or not. Let me find it. I think I found it. Lucky. I did not mean to play that. Here we go. That's the scream I was looking for. Every time he screams, I should play that. Because that would be really funny. Sorry, I know that was a lot of work.
Order! 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 While the summation examination remains incomplete, the court has been presented with new facts. Facts that would appear to shake the very foundations upon which the case against the defendant has been built.
Also, my mouse needs to get out of the way.
As is my prerogative in this situation, I hereby temporarily suspend the summation examination.
Whoa, has that ever happened before?
By Jupiter!
What?
Bailiff, bring the witness back to the stand at once.
Damn, that's never happened before. That's really interesting. There's Luigi again.
Witnesses,
Governor.
were you listening to proceedings while the defense carried out the summation examination?
Oh, he was, Governor, he was.
Perhaps we can dispense with the tedious preamble. Simply answer this one question. A third bullet has been identified at the scene of the crime. What do you make of that?
Make it of it, Gov. I don't make nothing of it. Nothing of nothing.
Is it one of yours?
Gravity, God blimey, no chance.
In that case, did you have an accomplice?
What? What? Never. The Skulking brothers work alone.
It's just two of us. That's our trademark. How soon we forget poor Sulky.
Only 2 of the bullets from the crime scene originated from the firearms we have in evidence. The 3rd bullet was fired from another gun. Where is it?
Let me, that's an head scratcher.
Counsel for the defense.
Yes?
I should like to hear your thoughts regarding these new developments. The 3rd bullet, and the mysterious missing firearm from whence it came.
Thinking back over all the testimony we've heard and all the evidence we've seen, I think I'm starting to form a picture. A picture of what really happened that night. My lord, I think it's clear what this 3rd bullet tells us about the Skulkin brothers. I don't think it has anything to do with them. I believe it has nothing to do with them.
Eh?
Nash, eh? That's right.
Yeah, nothing to do with us, Gov.
We've established that 1 bullet was fired from each of the 2 guns already known to the court. The logical conclusion, therefore, is that on the night in question at Mr. Windybank's pawnbrokery, there was another person present in possession of a 3rd firearm. Whilst the brothers may have had nothing to do with the 3rd gun or the bullet fired from it, it's inconceivable they had nothing to do with the 3rd man. Yes, the brothers were working with an accomplice who was carrying a gun.
Hold on, I need some more of my wine. An accomplice, you say? Pig sweat. These protracted proceedings have already forced us to endure 2 summation examinations. In all that time, there's been not a murmur of a 3rd man. If this apparently wraith-like being exists, the court must be shown hard evidence. Without it, this fantasy will be crushed.
Ugh.
The prosecution demands answers on 2 counts. Firstly, proof, evidence that this accomplice was ever at the scene of the crime. And secondly, the identity of this spurious character.
The Skulkins are lying, I know that. But how can I ascertain the identity of this person they're hiding?
Well, counsel,
I already know where this is going, and I'm all for it. I'm supposed to prove the existence of this accomplice to reveal the person's identity, even. In response to the prosecution's demands, my lord, the defense is ready to present answers. The defense is ready. I believe I can provide all the answers the prosecution demands.
so my Nippity's friend, despite their swimming eyes, you seem to have something to say. This promises to be interesting.
I have to push forward now. There's no other option. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, I have some more good news, actually. So, I bought a USB hub from, I believe the company's Anchor, and I've heard their USB hubs are pretty good. And I bought a USB hub from them because I want to be able to plug more shit into my PC, which would finally mean that I could more regularly do face cam in my videos, which, that's gonna be awesome. It's not gonna be high quality face cam, I can tell you that much. But I think having the option of being able to use it is great. It also means I could plug in a controller while I have my Elgato plugged in, which means I won't have to fucking, I won't have to unplug my shit every time, which is really convenient. So, yeah, it's gonna make a world of a difference for the channel. Anyway, it came today, and that's why I'm really excited. I need to use every single piece of evidence available to me if it'll make a difference.
In that case, Counsel, I'll ask you to present the evidence without delay. On the night in the question, in the moments leading up to the death of the victim, what proof have you that there was a third intruder present at the scene?
Okay. So, my proof is that there's blood here, and we don't know whose blood it is. But maybe I'll save just in case I'm wrong. But I think I'm right about this.
Take that!
The evidence is right here, in this portfolio.
By Jove, that portfolio again, is it?
This portfolio isn't really useful.
Do you expect the court to rifle through your papers itself? Be more specific. You claim one of those blood samples proves the presence of a third intruder. Which one is it?
Well, it's obviously this one, because we don't know who this is yet.
Take that!
What am I looking at here? There appears to be some green paint or such like around the bullet hole in the middle of the calendar.
That's a blood stain, my lord.
A blood stain?
Yeah, it's alien blood, of course.
Green blood? Curious even for you. Is the court to understand the intruder was some unhuman creature?
It's something developed by Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Oh, what a great detective!
No invention, stop. Not yet appeared in stories, stop. It's this, you see. It doesn't have a name yet, though. This fogger sprays a chemical that reacts with the different elements in people's blood to change its color.
Different elements of people's blood?
Yes, everyone's blood is slightly different, you see, because it's made up of different elements. So by seeing what color it changes you to, you can tell in a flash whose blood it is.
I mean, that's honestly way more cool than just, like, using, what's it called again? Fuck, I forgot the name of it. Luminol. Yeah, it's way cooler than using luminol and just, like, comparing DNA analysis with people's blood. It being different colors? You know, that's more fun. I love colors. Ooh, that brings a whole extra dimension looking at blood.
Pack a blank courtroom, stop. Very exciting, stop.
I thought she was like, stop posting about blood. I'm tired of seeing it. As an example, this one shows the blood of the victim, Mr. Windybank.
Oh, striking blue.
Yes, so you see the green color of this blood stain on the calendar. Shows that somebody else was shot in the main part of the shop.
No, hold there, young man. Could be from some unrelated incident, couldn't it?
No, it's not unrelated. The date showing on the calendar is the date on which Mr. Windybank was killed.
By golly!
Therefore, we can assume that whoever was shot on the same day.
Then whose blood is it?
Well, the Skulkin brothers in the stand don't appear to be suffering from any gunshot injuries. Which means it must be the blood of somebody else. The third intruder, in fact.
Objection!
And we know how to prove it.
Whose identity the court is still waiting to hear. You can't delay this any longer, my learned friend. Who is this alleged third intruder?
Alright, I know who it is.
Take that!
The man's name is Egbert Benedict.
Egbert Benedict? Who on earth are you talking about, Counsel?
He paid a visit to Windybank's pawnbroker yesterday, on the afternoon before the incident took place.
When the accused attempted to deceive the pawnbroker into releasing the article into her possession.
That's right. The man identified by the defense, Mr. Egbert Benedict, then attempted to take the article from the defendant by force. We don't actually know his name, though. Because Benedict is actually just like a code name for him. You know what I just noticed? What if he's sulky? Notice how he's kind of doing like a similar pose to the Skulkin brothers? Is that possible? That would be interesting. Inspector Gregson was there at the time, and can attest to what happened. In the end, it was the inspector himself who took the disc.
Can you corroborate this account, Inspector?
Yes, my lord. That's more or less what happened. Well, I'm glad the inspector's on our side. And in the interest of being thorough, I asked Windybank for a print showing the fellow. Ooh, okay, that's good news. Taken from his red-handed recorder, Gubbins. Yes, that's him talking to Windybank that morning.
And you claim this man is the brother's accomplice?
Well, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin.
Never seen the geezer before in me life.
On me life, God, on me life. Never seen him.
Well, somewhat unsurprisingly, it appears our witnesses disagree with the assertion. I'm sure your lordship recalls my learned Nipponese friend's actual assertion, which was that he could prove the identity of the alleged accomplice.
Yes, and I can. Then show us the evidence.
I agree. We must see proof that the clean-cut gentleman in the photograph is the filthy criminal you say he is.
This is the last piece of evidence. I've had a feeling that something's been missing in this trial from the very start. But now I'm going to drag it kicking and screaming into the courtroom.
Are you ready to present your answer to the court then, counsel?
Yes, my lord. The defense will present the evidence now. Proof of the man pictured in this photographic print was in fact the person struck by the third bullet.
Take that!
As I mentioned before, on the afternoon of the day in question, the defendant attempted, deceitfully admittedly, to reclaim the disc from Windybanks.
Which is when the aforementioned Edgar Benedict appeared on the scene, I believe. This man then attempted to purloin the article from the defendant's possession, no?
That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. It was following this that a minor incident occurred. Mm-hmm. He looks so dumb in that fucking black suit. How did he get his hands scraped if he's wearing gloves? Oh wait, it's not his hands. I think he just got cut somewhere. I don't know where though. Being a music box disc, it has countless small but sharp metal protrusions over its surface. Those protrusions cause Mr. Benedict's finger to bleed. Yeah, how does finger bleed though? He's wearing gloves. And the resulting smear of blood is still visible on the disc now.
Goodness, a blood stain, is it?
My assistant and I have just analyzed the blood stain here in this very courtroom.
Using my trusty fogger gun.
Yes, and we added the results to this portfolio.
Oh, say.
It's green.
It's exactly the same color as the blood around the calendar. The evidence is conclusive. The man calling himself Mr. Egbert Benedict, who was in Windybanks earlier in the day, is the accomplice who was present at the scene of the crime that same night. Ooh, yeah, shit's getting good. My lord, it is the opinion of the defense that Mr. Egbert Benedict should be summoned to the courtroom to testify.
Oh, this is gonna be good. It would certainly seem that we can ill afford to ignore this gentleman's presence.
Objection!
This has gone on long enough now. This flagrant ignorance of the mechanics of flaw. Herlock Sholmes, you say? Yes, I've heard the name. The protagonist in a series of short stories for the vulgar classes. A god of detection or some such. And now you employ chemical substances devised by this fantastical persona in the highest court of the land? Do you expect us to take you seriously? The samples made by this plaything are not fit to be called evidence. So the bloodstain turned a shade of green. What of it? Here's to you successfully proving that no other blood in the world would turn the same color.
Well... the leg.
And pray, do not even think of suggesting that we should take Mr. Sholmes' word for it.
Is he right? Is Mr. Shelmus' connection a load of rubbish? I don't know, I mean, he's a great detective. What are you talking about? We can't let him get with that. I knew it would come to this. Of course Mr. Shelmus' vengeance isn't going to be recognized by any official body. But what other choice do I have?
I'm just remembering what Father Christmas over there said before. How he was temporarily suspending the summation examination.
Wait, you called him Father Christmas? You're telling me he looks like Santa Claus? Ah.
In other words, the examination isn't over yet, is it?
Oh, good grief. What did you just say, young girl?
And in a summation examination, the decision as to whether or not the trial continues is in the hands of the 6 jurors, isn't it? So the way I see it, it doesn't matter what certain other people think of Hurley's invention. At least, not for now.
Yes, she's right.
Young lady, you have quite the devious mind.
It really just comes down to one thing. Whether these ladies and gentlemen of the jury are convinced by what you say, Runo. Is that about right, would you say? Or did I misunderstand something?
Unbelievable. Mr. Sholmes' partner is a force to be reckoned with.
Iris Wilson, sharpshooter.
Have that shrewd presses of a situation from an entirely unexpected source? It must be acknowledged that the previous summation examination is yet to reach its conclusion. This is absurd. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court now looks to you for your final leanings in this matter. As proud citizens of Her Majesty's Britain, I'm sure you'll come to fair and just conclusions. So then, state your final decisions in turn, please.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty!
Not guilty.
Oh, okay. Some of them are still guilty, though.
2 called guilty and 4 called not guilty. Such is the outcome of the summation examination.
Objection.
Now, fuck you. My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage. The prosecution refuses to accept this decision. On what grounds? If these jurors are persuaded by some half-baked concoction devised by a pretender to a real police work, then they're too ignorant to be trusted with the judgment of anyone's guilt. Nope. Fuck you, Lord Van Zeeks. But the outcome of the summation examination cannot be ignored. This trial will continue.
Should have played the Dracula sound again.
Nevertheless, we find ourselves in a rather awkward situation. The defense has very reasonably requested the subpoena of a new witness. But sadly, I fear that'll be impossible.
What?
The name of the gentleman gave himself, Edgar Benedict, is quite clearly false.
I don't believe it. Just when I managed to prove the man was there at the night.
Who was that, please? Who spoke?
It was me, my lord.
Juror number 5?
What have you say, madam?
If possible. Inspector,
Me? Ma'am?
I wonder if you might show the photographic print to me again? The one which the gentleman's shown?
German number 5 is actually gonna help? Oh, right, yeah. So this one, you mean? Of Mr. Benedict?
Yes. There's no doubt in my mind.
Juror number 5, you don't mean to say... You know this man?
Yes, I know him.
What?
No. Good gracious.
Juror number 5 pulling through, holy shit.
Order, order, order. Juror number 5, how on earth?
I am a communications officer, stop.
As we can clearly see.
The gentleman in the photograph is... Stop. Also a communications officer, stop. He works in my office, stop. A very talented operator, in fact. Stop. He should be in the communication station now, stop. Tapping away on the telegraph, stop.
This doesn't seem right somehow. I can't put my finger on why, but it doesn't feel right.
I suppose we all imagine the accomplice would be some sort of hardened criminal. It's a bit unexpected to find out he's a responsible job by day. Whatever he gets up to at night.
Yes, I suppose that's it. I suppose that's why I felt something was wrong.
If the gentleman is at London's communication station, we should be able to subpoena him within the hour. Lord Van Zeeks, if you please.
Yes, my lord?
Make the necessary arrangements with all haste.
Has their lordship bids?
The court will recess for 1 hour. When the new witnesses arrive, we shall reconvene to hear the gentleman's testimony. Yes, that's it. Inspector Gregson?
Yes, my lord.
I should like to hear from you specifically about events of the pawnbroker on the day in question. Come to my chambers during the recess.
Yes, sir, my lord.
Very well. Court is adjourned until 1:40 p.m.
Okay. Guess we're gonna have a TBC. Well, since I made the last episode a bit shorter, I think we'll go a little bit longer. Because I'm not making the stream 37 minutes, that's for sure. That's for God diddly damn it. Try to sound like Ned Flanders. Yeah, you know, let's overwrite it again. Yeah. 17th April, 12:41 p.m. The Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber. Ah, Gina, how are you holding up? Giving me the tsundere treatment again, huh? I'm starting to feel quite warmly toward her frequent cold shoulders now.
Guinea! Are you alright? Why aren't you saying anything?
What's the point, eh? Why go all this trouble and fight so hard for the likes of me?
What?
Well, you saw it, that picture. That what picture?
Ah, you mean this? The photograph taken by Hurley's red-hand recorder? Well, I didn't think it would have captured a scene like this, that's for sure.
It's hopeless. Anyone who sees that's gonna think I did it, ain't they? Well, I won't pretend it wasn't a bit of a shock when the prosecution first presented it to the court. Surely you all have your doubts about me now. You can't still think I'm innocent. Of course I can.
Gee, why don't you talk to us? Tell us what really happened that night.
Eh?
Venus cleverly managed to piece together a lot of new information, but still, we'd really like to hear it from you.
Alright then. It was after we had dinner that together at your place, right, Iris? And we all had a chat in your office, didn't we? Yes, I remember. After that, I just couldn't get to sleep. So I slipped down and went down the street to Windyback's place. Oh, I had to know if Iris' story was there or not. The Hound of the Baskervilles. I don't know what it's about or nothing. But if you ask me, there's something in it that Sholmes don't like. Something what he don't want people reading. So that's why I lied to Iris about sticking it in log with Windyback for safekeeping. At least that's what I thought that time. So you broke into Windybank's? I just had to know if it was there or not. I mean, I had no idea all that was going to kick off, did I? I struck the lock and snuck inside. It was dark like you in there. So I gave the old oil on the can a bit of wick. That's when... What do you think you're doing? Oh! I nearly died, I did. Next thing I knew... I grabbed the gun off the cat and I was aiming it in the air like... I know what.
Oh, you're the girl who was in here that afternoon. I didn't think pickpockets went in for armed robbery.
The manuscript, have you all got it there? Did Sholmes leave law papers with you? A story?
I beg your pardon?
The Hound or the something or other. If it's there, I want to see it.
I'm sorry, young lady, but I'd sooner die rather than relinquish an article belonging to one of my customers.
I don't want it. What will I do with it anyway? I just want to see it's there, is all.
Oh, you want to see it, do you?
I want to know if Sholmes really pawned it here or not. Please, just let me see it and I'll go.
Oh, very well then. But for pity's sake, stop waving my gun around, would you?
And that's why I said put the gun down, I assume. So then the old cove unlocked the storeroom door and we both went inside. It was there alright, the manuscript. Sholmes wasn't lying after all.
You did all that just to check for me, Guinea?
Anyway, then there was a bit of a kick-up out on the main bit of the shop. Skulkin brothers arriving on the scene, yes. What a coincidence. What was that noise? Someone's breaking in.
Dear me, is there some burglars convention here tonight that I don't know about?
I think I forgot to shut the door behind me. Sorry.
I better go and take care of it. Could I possibly have my gun back?
Oh, well, I'll come with you and...
Don't be foolish, young girl. You must stay right here. Don't leave this room under any circumstances.
And with that, he took the gun out of my hands and walked back out in the shop. I'm back in the storeroom, like I said. Straining my ears in the dark to hear what's going on. It sounded like they got a wee bit of a scrap. Started to think I should help, see? So I was just going out the storeroom myself when... 2 bangs. I heard a couple of shots going off too, I think. Almost at the same time. And there he was, right at my feet, lying face down on the floor. I was right next to the storeroom door, so I slammed it shut and quick as you like. Because you thought whoever shot Mr. Windybank might come for you? Yeah, so I went and grabbed the old cove's gun. I figured I'd put up a fight at least. But when I got a better look at him, oh, I knew. Windybank was a goner. That's really unfortunate. I felt funny in my head all of a sudden, kinda dizzy. And after that, I don't remember nothing. So she passed out then? It must be when you passed out, Gina. So nobody hurt her. She just, like, it was just such a traumatic experience for her that she passed out. If I hadn't done what I done, the old cove might still be alive. Did you tell the police everything you just told us? Of course I did. But they don't believe a word of it, did they? All they said was, if I copped 10 lies, it'd make things even worse for me.
It'll be alright, Guinea. Don't worry. Just stay strong a little longer. We're gonna have to pull the real culprit through the mill.
The cove, what there's there in the afternoon? That Agate Benedict. I still remember how he looked at me, like I was nothing. Yeah, very sinister, damn. He was there that night. We don't know his real name yet, but I'm convinced that he's involved somehow. Anyway, thank you for telling us what happened, Gina. I appreciate your honesty. You what?
You can leave it all in Runa's capable hands now, Guinea.
Mr. Naruto? Yes? How come you trust me? Oh, I don't get it. I mean, have you forgotten what happened here before? Come on, you saw me 2 months ago. Me and McGill we told you a whole pack of lies. And you got a bog trotter with him, even though he's a killer. No, I can never forget that. I did what I thought was best at the time, but the pain of that air of judgment doesn't get any easier to bear. Still, don't forget that I also made you a promise. I told you that I'd be on your side to the bitter end, no matter what. But what if I'm lying? You could be working to get another killer off the hook for, you know. I was once in your position, Gina. I was the accused in a trial. You were? Before I left Japan, I was accused of murder. And strange as it might sound, the circumstances of the crime were pretty damning. I was sure that no one would believe it wasn't me who'd done it.
Oh, Runo.
But there was one person who stood up for me, who believed in me, and was prepared to defend me. My best friend. Ryunosuke, no one believes in you more than I do. Leave this to me. All you need to do is put your faith in me, and I'll do the rest. I was so happy I cried. But even then, somewhere inside me I couldn't help thinking, surely he doesn't really believe in me. Not completely. But I was wrong. As soon as my trial began, it was obvious that he had an absolute unwavering belief in me. And in turn, I developed an absolute unwavering belief in him. Since then, I came to realize, if you want someone to believe in you, you have to believe in the other person first. What are you saying? I promise you, Gina, that no matter what happens, I'll keep believing in you. So you don't need to worry. I won't let you down. Even though I'm a diver and a no-good lawyer? You're not like McGilded. I know that.
Eh? That's right. You're our friend, Guinea.
Iris! We know you better than you think. And we've come to the conclusion that you're someone we can trust.
Yes.
That's really all we need to know.
Exactly.
Mr. Naruto, I...
Defendant Gina Lestrade and her legal representative. Court proceedings are about to resume. Please enter the courtroom immediately.
Yes, of course, thank you. I've been both a defendant and a defending lawyer in my time, so I knew only too well just how hard it was to put all your faith in another. And I also knew just how hard it was to bear the burden of another putting all their faith in you. This is it at last. The final chapter. The final battle. Wish me luck, Susato-san. And I hope you're watching over me too, partner. Oh, this is too good. This is too good, man. 17th of April, 1:41 p.m., the Old Bailey courtroom. Ooh, it's real dark. It's 11 o'clock, lads. The blue light has come on, and I got my glasses on. God, why'd I tear up so much there? I teared up more there than I have for the entire game. Jeez.
I hereby call this court to order to resume the trial of Miss Gina Lestrade. Lord Van Zeeks, have you successfully subpoenaed the witness? The subpoena was delivered to the communications station, where the man works immediately, my lord.
And I gotta clear my glasses for crying so much.
However, the heavy rain has delayed the arrival of his carriage, it would seem.
Oh, great. We could use some of that Susato good luck, shouldn't we?
I see. Now let us turn our attention to Inspector Gregson's press of the case heard by the court this morning. The glaring omission of the third bullet in your report is a serious blunder, Inspector.
Yes, I can apologize, my lord.
And although the defense's chemical analysis of the blood at the scene of the crime makes for a compelling argument, I cannot permit such untried methods to be used as evidence in my courtroom.
It's a big mistake to cross Hurley and me. A very big mistake.
My lord, subpoena witness has just arrived in the building.
Thank you, officer. Show him to the stand without delay.
Mr. Eggert Benedict. I didn't expect to be crossing paths with him again so soon. It's certainly not like this. Damn, doesn't he stick out like a sore thumb amongst all these guys?
Thank you for complying with the court subpoena at such short notice, sir.
But of course, my lord. As an upstanding member of London society, it's my pleasure to oblige.
Now, kindly state your name and occupation for the record.
Ashley Graydon, Communications Officer. Ashley Graydon? What the fuck? That's his name?
Mr. Graydon and I both work at London Central Communication Station.
Now, perhaps somebody would kindly explain what all this is about. Morshu, can you tell me what this is all about?
You were apprised about the situation by the court officer on your way here, I presume.
Yes, I was. Something to do with the murder that took place at a pawnbroker's on Baker Street. And some nonsense about me having been there on the night in question.
That is the accusation indeed.
This really is beyond a joke, you know.
Very well. Without further delay, the court will hear your testimony now, Mr. Graydon.
So weird to hear his actual name. I thought we were gonna have to work for that name drop, but no, I guess it's kind of a thing.
He'll respond to the accusation made against you under oath.
Gladly, my lord. Gladly. He's got some cool gestures, though, I will admit. Naturally, I have occasion to make use of pawnbroking service from time to time. But are you seriously suggesting I colluded with these thugs to break into the place on the night of the murder? I have no intention of admitting to such an outrageous accusation. If certain parties here present claim to my blood was found at the scene, some Scaramouch detective's homebrewed tincture can hardly be taken as serious evidence. I think we'll probably do this testimony and then call it a night.
So, you deny the accusation completely, do you?
I must say, I am dismayed. For the highest court in the land to be swayed by the self-professed detective's toy.
It was the will of the jury, and our great British justice system demands that the jury's will is upheld.
Then it would seem we have the misfortune of a most inept assembly of jurors today. Why is it playing McGilded's theme?
Boy, golly!
How long am I expected to be detained here?
If following the defense's cross-examination, your involvement in this matter has not been established, you'll be free to leave immediately.
Good, then I shall be away in time for afternoon tea. Some small consolation, at least.
Let us not uphold Mr. Graydon any longer than necessary, counsel. Proceed with the cross-examination.
So we meet again, Mr. Edgar Benedict. Or is it Mr. Graydon? My apologies, you are? Ryunosuke Naruhodo, defense lawyer. We have met. If you say so, Ashley Graydon, Enchante. So. I trust we can conclude this quickly. But I'm not holding your flashy hat while we do. Put it on, Ryunosuke. You look good in it. Naturally, I have occasion to make use of pawn. Oh, yeah.
Hold it!
Wait, where'd the hat go? Yes, we even met in the very pawnbroker where the crime took place on the afternoon of the day in question. Though, of course, you introduced yourself by a different name at the time. It was Mr. Edgar Benedict, I believe. Tell me, what...
The witness is here to testify about events that took place that night. He's under no obligation to answer such unrelated questions.
You can't be serious. Thank you, because I certainly do not feel inclined to answer such an inappropriate question. So he's gonna be evasive, is he? In an effort to not give anything away? This could be tricky. Yeah, he's gonna be a tough asshole to take that, isn't he?
Hold it!
Have you seen these two men before? This pair? No. I don't associate with criminals. Said by a man who introduced himself as Edgar Benedict. I'd like to know what I have to thank for this. Who made this outlandish accusation against me?
The young lawyer there in the black?
That is a farce. Whose idea was it to put men outside to work in a British court anyway? Well, that's a little racist, don't you think? Well, needless to say... Oh, nice, I got my lives back, I just noticed. That's great. Where were you at around 1 in the morning on the night in question, sir? That is past the hour at which I would normally retire. Certainly. I was not in the company of these rapscallions. You able to prove that?
Objection!
Listen carefully, my Laurentides friend, for you appear to be under a gross misapprehension of this point.
What do you mean?
The witness maintains he was not at the scene of the crime. He has no obligation to prove his absence. If your accusation is the witness is present at the scene, The obligation lies with you to prove your assertion. You'll fulfill that obligation before putting any more unreasonable questions to the witness.
Silent victory wheel, thanks.
Hold it!
Well, we should definitely just press everything, because you never know what's gonna pop up. La 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 la. Blood was found at the scene of the crime. There's no question of that. Mr. Sholm's chemical analysis has positively identified the substance as such. But I'm not the only human with blood running through my veins, am I? How can we be so sure that the blood is mine? It could equally be the blood of one of these two miscreants. Every individual's blood has a slightly different composition, it seems. Mr. Sholm's chemical is able to differentiate. Spare me the science lesson. Who is this Sholm's character, anyway? Oh, I assumed all Londoners would know the name. He's a renowned detective.
So even you aren't able to bring yourself to say, great detective. More like great defective.
A great detective, you say?
Oh, mate.
We're in the realm of fairy tales, are we? Luigi, you have something to say for us?
Excuse me!
Do you have something to say about that, Luigi? Hey, what, me? No, Luigi, not you, Mario. Hey, my name's also Luigi. Right, I've had enough dealing with this. How many times I got to tell you? Yes, I know. You're not Luigi. That Luigi. You're Mama Luigi. Mr. Luigi. Mr. Luigi? I don't know why it's funny. You what? Is it not the case that when Mr. Graydon just spoke, a thought went through your mind? Would you care to share that thought with the court? Me thoughts? I don't have none of them. Must have been him. You what? Luigi, answer the question, please. What went through your mind when Mr. Graydon just spoke? Nothing, honest gov, nothing. I was just thinking. If he waves his arm around like that much more, he'll up the wound again, that's all. What wound? Well, he took the bullet, of course. It was only 2 days ago. Ain't gonna be healed up yet. So I was with him, I was waiting for him, and, oh, hell's bells. Mr. Graydon, did you hear that? What? Your comrade's worried about you, it seems. On account of your injured arm. My lord.
Yes, Mr. Graydon?
I have no idea what these two wretches are talking about. Certainly, I shouldn't be expected to answer anything in relation to their mindless insinuations. We know that someone other than the victim was hit by a bullet at the scene 2 nights ago. And from the height of the bullet hole in the wall, that person was lightly hit in the upper arm on the whereabouts. I notice you're also clutching your arm. Perhaps you allow a court official examination of your arm, sir. The left arm you're currently clasping with your right hand, as if in pain. No, I refuse. You have shown no evidence whatsoever that links me to these common thieves. Accordingly, I'm not obliged to permit any such invasion of my privacy. As I've already said, I'm completely uninvolved in this. I've never had anything to do with pawnbrokery where this fellow was killed whatsoever. I take offense at this insinuation that I was in any way involved.
You claim to have nothing to do whatsoever with Mr. Windybank's pawnbrokery?
My lord, the defense would like that last statement to be added to Mr. Graydon's formal testimony.
Very well, counsel. Continue with your testimony, Mr. Graydon.
My lips are starting to dry up. Probably a good sign that I should take a sip of juice. Never mind, I'm out of juice. Well, that's just great. I've never had anything to do with the pawnbroker and establish it where the man was killed. You never had anything to do with the pawnbrokery? Is that so? Then... I have something to present. What about the mechanical disc?
Objection!
Have you ever seen this disc before, Mr. Graydon? Why? It's supposed to mean something. This disc was until the day of the murder, in pawn at Mr. Windybank's shop. It was redeemed by the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade, that afternoon. However, somebody mysteriously appeared to try to take it from her. And that somebody was you, of course, wasn't it, Mr. Graydon? As I have reiterated numerous times now, you're mistaken. That was not me. I've never seen that disc before in my life. It may have escaped your notice, but there's a small smear of blood on the disc.
Oh yes, resulting from abrasion of the thumb, perhaps.
That's right. The surface of the disc is covered in hundreds of tiny metal bumps. Even if they don't want to take into consideration the, like the spray that Iris has, he can't deny that his blood is on that disc. In the skirmish to acquire the disc, the thumb of the person who tried to make it suffered minor lacerations. Or lacerations. I've never seen that word before. So, while the disc bears the remnants of that skirmish in the form of this smear of blood, the thumb of the person in question must bear the remnants also, in the form of a scratch.
Good gracious, indeed it must.
Mr. Graydon, you refused to allow a court officer to examine your arm before. Are you now going to refuse to allow us to examine your thumb? Because I have no doubt that it bears a small scratch consistent with the smear of blood on this disc. Well, well. You seem that I underestimated you.
What is the meaning of this?
So you admit it now? You admit you have a scratch on your thumb from when you attempted to take the disc from the defendant? Now, he's probably gonna be like, no, but I did get a scratch from some other incident. He's probably gonna be like that. Calling it right now.
Order, order. Well, Mr. Graydon?
It would appear there's been something of a misunderstanding here. I did not attempt to take the disc, as you put it. No, quite the reverse. What are you trying to say? It's really quite simple, you see. The disc was mine from the outset. Is there some crime in thinking I am the owner of the pawn? What?
It would seem that Mr. Graydon... that in this piece of evidence my learned friend has established a link between yourself, and the incident. Accordingly, you'll tell the court everything you know about this disc now.
As you wish. Though I'm quite sure it has nothing whatsoever to do with the pawnbroker's murder. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to do this testimony in the next episode then, because it is getting awfully late. It is a bit of a shorter episode, but I hope you guys have no qualms about that. So I'm gonna end it here for today, since it's 11:23 in the morning, p.m. So as always, guys, make sure to like and subscribe to me on YouTube and Twitch. And Friday is a big day. Me and Dominic may or may not play Guilty Gear. He said he may be going out, so we might not play. But if he doesn't, then we're going to do Guilty Gear. Tomorrow is also... Friday is also the finale of Mario Party 7, so please tune into that. because me and Zach are going to duel on Pagoda Peak. Alright, guys. I will see you in the next episode of Great Ace Attorney. So take care and have a good one.